Hello and welcome to News Across Nigeria, the program that brings you news from the length and breadth of the country. I'm Emana Amawe. On the program today, the federal government files fresh case against Justice Ademola. National Union of Local Government Workers protest in Kwara and Enugu states. And the Federal High Court fixes May 12th to rule on application brought by 24 INEC officials. Welcome to the program once again. Justice John Soho of the Federal High Court, Abuja, has fixed May the 12th to rule on the application to strike out the charge by the federal government against 23 officials of the Independent National Electoral Commission. The officials are accused of allegedly receiving 360 million naira as bribe from the Rivers State government to manipulate the outcome of the legislative polls in Rivers State in December 2016. But the defendants in the motion asked the court to either strike out the case or alternatively transfer the case to Port Harcourt on the basis that the alleged offences took place there. The counsel to both parties spoke further on their positions on the matter.
All the elements of this offense happened in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, and we are saying that it is appropriate, and that's the position of the law, that it should be tried in Rivers State. The prosecution says that there are the security challenges in Port Harcourt, but our contention is that even that those security challenges will not inhibit the trial of this case in Port Harcourt. And most so, they've completed investigations into this matter, and there is nothing before the court showing that there will be a breach of security if the defendants are tried in Port Harcourt.
Their witnesses, everything they have, and they're all there. And they are saying this will be oppressive for them because none of them is resident in Abuja. And Abuja happens to be one of the most expensive cities in this country today. So if you have to keep on inviting them to Abuja, a time will come when even the money to come here may become an issue for them. So in all, we're now urging the court, let them be tried where the alleged offenses are committed, or strike out this matter.
The argument is already placed before the court, and so it's for the court to now determine whether by the submissions of both parties, of all parties, the court has territorial jurisdiction or not. If it has, we'll continue here. If it does not have, well, we'll await the court determination of the application.
And the Federal High Court has filed an appeal against the decision of Justice Jude Okeke of the FCT High Court, which dismissed the case of corruption against Justice Ademola and his wife, Olabowale, and Mr. Joe Agi. It was gathered that the government, through the Ministry of Justice, has also filed a fresh case against Justice Ademola and his wife, this time in the Code of Conduct Tribunal for allegedly living above their means and the failure to declare their assets. Justice Okeke had on Wednesday struck out the 18-count charge preferred against the three defendants, ruling that the prosecution failed to prove any of the allegations against them. The presidency is said to have considered Justice Okeke's verdict as a strange outcome, which is capable of undermining the war against corruption. Justice Ademola is also being accused of being in possession of a firearm unlawfully. And when the Emir of Kano, His Majesty Muhammadu Sanusi II, referred to the response of the governor of Zamfara State over the outbreak of cerebrospinal meningitis, it was clear he was stirring up a new debate on the matter. Now, the governor of Zamfara State, Abdulaziz Yari, has responded to the Emir's comments, insisting that the traditional ruler's comments were half-truth. But he maintained that the outbreak of the disease indeed has a spiritual undertone. The Emir of Kano had on Wednesday, at the opening of the Kaduna State Economic and Investment Summit, criticized the statement credited to the Zamfara State Governor Abdulaziz Yari on meningitis, saying they were horrendous and Islamically incorrect.
Stand by my words. that if people did not change, God will not change for them. Because if you are looking for a mass, you have to be mercy to one another. So therefore, I will answer the emir perfectly and giving him the quartet of the Quran, quartet of the Hadith, where I belong to and where I have my facts and why I mention what I mentioned. That in the Quran, is in the Hadith, everything. And he knows it. And I wonder, as a degree holder in Islamic law, he will say that I have no business of mentioning this, making this comment or saying this, but not because we cannot be able to do something about it. We're not shifting anything. We're saying that the best way to go. So after taking medication, for instance, I made mention that in the past we have type A, which is all known in our region, which vaccine has been brought, and they are vaccinated over 4 million doses in 2011, and that one is not there. So we're now having type B, which is not vaccinated, and type C, which they don't even know. In the entire world, we have only 5 million vaccine. Entire global, in the center of control in Chicago, they only have 5 million, where we're getting our vaccine from. So why this is happening is from ourselves.
Governor of Zamfara State, Abdulaziz Yari. Now, local government workers are staging protests in the north, central and southeast parts of the country. In Kwara State, staff of the 16 local governments are demanding financial, administrative and political autonomy, while in Enugu State, a rally has been staged for the same reason.
Members of the National Union of Local Government Employees in Kwara State are protesting against what they describe as the interference of the state governments in running their affairs.
We are asking for political autonomy, we are asking for financial autonomy, and we are also asking for administrative autonomy. There has been too many incursions into local government system that we are almost paralyzed. And you see, when you get most of the local governments now, there is hardly any local government that is actually functioning. You realize that even some local governments cannot even ordinarily pay, NEPA bill, because even the statutory responsibilities, like collection of revenues, have been taken over by some states.
They also call on the federal government to ensure their monthly allocations are paid directly to the coffers of the third tier of government.
Our rights should be given back to us. We need this. The staff of the local government were rendered useless. Our revenue officers are doing nothing again. Even with the admin officers are nothing. There's nothing we are doing in the local government again. The state has taken our responsibility. Please, we are begging them to please release our right to us. We want autonomy. The federal government should assist us. They should please help us. We don't want centralization of our money, of our salary again. And we don't want percentage.
In the southeast, the Enugu State House of Assembly is the port of call of the NULGE, where they insist on autonomy.
The element of internally generated revenue, which are exclusively for local government administration, that have been hijacked by various state governments, is also incorrect. So that local government can harness, exploit the revenue avenues within their domain to enhance the welfare of their people.
The Deputy Speaker of the Enugu State House of Assembly assures the protesting workers of their support.
The Speaker bid me to tell you that here in the House of Assembly, we stand with Norgate. We stand with our people. We are elected to represent the people. You are the people.
The NULGE is certainly adamant on their position for autonomy of the local governments, a desire that can be best championed by support at the federal level.
Many thanks for staying with us. Still ahead on the program, the police have uncovered a large cache of arms in Katsina Ala local government area of Benue State. Please stay with us for details.